Hey, my name's Anth, and I think I'm refreshingly normal. And this is my 2-year-old cockapoo Sammy. We've just bought a motorhome. We've never owned one before, and we've no idea what we're doing. So come join us on our Great British motorhome adventure. You might, if you're lucky, be able to see Ben Nevis in the background there. We're staying at We're staying at Fort William in an Airbnb, £5.20 for the night, and we've just stayed overnight. It was a good night, without a doubt. It's quiet, peaceful. I quite like the town. Mrs. G's not so convinced, but yeah, I quite liked it. And this morning we're up and over to Glenfinnan to see the 10:45 train, the Harry Potter steam train that comes through. So just taking Samachu out for his morning ablution or ablutions, and see what the rest of the day holds. So, believe it or not, it's forecast to be 25 degrees in Fort William today, which doesn't feel like it at the moment, especially in the shade. But I'm sure it's going to get there, because yesterday it finished up at 20 degrees and I was sat there in a t-shirt. Mrs. G's confident, she's already got the shorts on, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer, make sure that Scottish promise delivers. How are you this morning, Sam? Too busy sniffing. Ben Nevis in the background there, I think. One thing about Fort William, well, probably the whole of Scotland, I mean, it is dramatic scenery. You're just walking through a retail park, and then you come across, the juxtaposition of the scenery to what's ordinary and around you is incredible. And it got me to thinking actually about look, there's the Caledonian Express on its way to north. Or maybe it's not the Caledonian Express. Yeah, it got me to thinking that I think there's some debate about which coast is the best. Is it the east or the west? I can't decide, because they're both completely different. I mean, the east coast was golden beaches and lovely little villages, but the west coast has all of these mountains and just incredible scenery as well. So at the moment I like them both, and I couldn't choose, but maybe when I finish the tour it'll start to become a bit more clearer. There is a best. So just starting to feel the sun on my back, so that's a good sign. Maybe Scotland's going to deliver on the old weather front. Look at that, got a nice McDonald's. Actually, we did go and have a Big Mac last night, because after 4 weeks touring around Scotland, there wasn't many of them, and we just fancied the banality of a McDonald's. You know where you stand with one of those. There's Morrison's. Exciting stuff, isn't it? You never thought you'd get to see McDonald's and the Morrison's on these videos. Well, it makes a change from all the pubs, doesn't it? So, and I think over behind that railing is the lock or sea, and we'll just take a walk over and see what we can see. So there you have it. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be at Fort William, the other side of the Caledonian Canal that we saw in at Inverness. And it is Loch Linney. See, even going for a morning ablutions walk, you see stuff that's interesting. What do you think of that, Samaloo? Good? It's already looking pretty blue, Sam. Sam, it's a cannon. Does that look like a doggy to you? So, Harry Potter 7, The Deathly Hallows Part 1. I've got to say, I feel very little empathy to any of the characters. But oh my days, Dobby. Oh sheesh, what a true legend. I was really sad when he died. Apologies if that's a spoiler, I doubt it. I'm probably the only one who hasn't ever watched it. So yeah, the first time I felt any sort of emotional connection to any of the characters, and Dobby is just an absolute superstar legend. And can't believe he's been taken away from us. Oh well. The only saving grace or silver lining to the cloud is that at least there's only one more movie to go. So, finally finished the Harry Potter series. It's a bit of a slog, isn't it? I think, like, if they'd just done 1, 5 and 8, and maybe the second half of 4, and then picked key moments from the other films, that would have done it for me. But there you go, 8 movies, and yeah, so number 8 finished alright, as expected. Neville Longbottom turns out to be really cool. Probably one of only 2 characters that I really felt any empathy for in the whole series. Obviously Dobby, and then him. I liked Gary Oldman and Helena Bonham Carter though. I liked the characters they played. Sirius Black and Bellatrix or something like that. So yeah, perfect timing, because today we're off to see the Hogwarts Express in Glenfinnan on the viaduct. So, Harry Potter, keep smiling. I think Harry Potter himself, he's a bit of a selfish twat really throughout most of the movies. It's always about him and how he's got to save the world, even when all his mates are telling him he needs to do it in a group. And I'm not sure he really redeems himself by the end. result, just on our way to Glenfinnan. I completely forgot this was here. So not the KFC. So Americano extra shot, please. So there it is. Pop lemon. There it is.
It's very humid.
Oh gosh, So you go out west in the United States, and it's so arid that the heat, it can be 100 and you don't really feel it as much.
Oh, really? You know? Is it just acclimatized to the heat? Yeah. Where you live? So, because we used to live in the Middle East like a few years ago, and of course, like the locals would be wearing like big puffer jackets and stuff in the winter, but we would be in shorts and t-shirts because it's still like 30,
It's what you're used to.
20, 30 degrees, do you? So you kind of get used to it.
Yeah. Well, we moved from New York down to South Carolina about a little over 20 years ago.
Blimey, that's a big difference, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you know, there's no snow, there's very little cold. I think it snowed twice in 20 years. Yeah, and that was very
They don't know what to do.
Oh, they shut everything down. They have this much snow and everything shuts down. Nobody goes to work.
That's like here. Can't cope with snow.
Much of the Aire train. Coming in, Sam. Sam. Coming in. Come on, Sam. Not keen. Get your paws all cool.